Yo, it's your boy Bernard, and welcome to another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Once again, I'm recording at nighttime, all because I decided to be a very good helper bee and help out at work. And I have something to get about Derry on Sunday, and I also have a very busy day for me outside of work. But I am here, not quite sleepy, but it is midnight, so let's go ahead and get this episode started so then I can actually get some sleep and edit Sunday morning. So, a TV show and a film series I never really cared about is getting a reboot at Amazon Video, whatever you want to call it, Amazon MGM Studios. Stargate. So, Martin Gero, who created the series on NBC Blind Spot that starred Jamie Alexander, will be the showrunner on this. And he actually has a little bit of history with the Stargate franchise because he worked on all 3 Stargate shows. I thought there was only 2. There's Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, and apparently there's a Stargate Origins. Didn't know about Origins. But, so yeah, he said, 20 years ago, my first real job in television was as a story editor on Stargate Atlantis. I spent 5 years at the franchise working across all 3 series. Stargate taught me everything about making television. It's written into my DNA. I'm beyond thrilled that Amazon MGM Studios has entrusted me with guiding this incredible franchise into its next phase. For those who've kept the gate active through conventions, rewatches, and unwavering faith, this one's for you. And for those that are new to our world, I promise you, you are in for something extraordinary. So like I said, I never saw the series. It was one of those things that was on TV. It was syndicated. So watching syndicated TV shows in like the 90s and the 2000s was tricky because they didn't have a dedicated time slot. So like perfect example, Stargate, SG-1, I want to say. I believe that was the one with Christopher Judge. He might have been on all 3 series. I only remember it because I remember seeing him in like the opening because I would watch, I feel like it was Nightman on the WB because that's where it aired in Fort Lauderdale. So, like I said, I never watched the show. I'm actually going to check to see. Okay, so, yeah, Christopher Judge was in SG-1. Did he shave his head in SG-1? That's the question that I want to know because I remember seeing him bald. But yeah, it didn't have a dedicated channel. But apparently it premiered on Showtime. I guess reruns aired on the WB. So yeah, you learn something new every day. But I didn't have Showtime when I was living in Fort Lauderdale because my father was cheap. He was like, we don't need cable. Right, so you could just sit at home all day and just watch TV? No, go outside and play with your goofy ass friends. And by goofy ass friends, he meant Samir, Devin, DJ, and a couple other people who haven't been on the podcast. I'm just naming those who've been on the podcast. So yeah, I mean, if it's on Prime, maybe I'll eventually do like a weird watch of that. Because I honestly don't have any TV shows really to watch since the CW is basically dead because there's no more superhero stuff there. Like the only thing I watch on the CW at the moment is wrestling. And that's only on Tuesdays because WWE decided to move SmackDown from Fox to USA and move NXT, which is their development league, from USA to the CW. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the hell TKO is doing. I just know that moving all the PLEs from Peacock to ESPN was a dumb mistake because now I'm just going to have to turn on my VPN on my laptop and just mirror it to my TV because I'm not paying $30 for ESPN Plus or whatever the hell it is, because I have ESPN with my cable package and I still can't watch them. Some bullshit. But different story. All right. Speaking of different stories, let's go ahead and get into the next story. So we already know that Sadie Sink is in Spider-Man Brand New Day. No idea who the hell she's playing. They are keeping this under tight wraps. My biggest question is, seriously, who the hell is she playing? Because she has just been announced to be a part of Avengers Secret Wars. So there's not that many gingers per se in Spider-Man's life besides Mary Jane, but we already know that she is not playing Mary Jane Watson because Zendaya is Michelle Jones Watson. So they replaced MJ with a different MJ. So a lot of speculation is that she might be playing Mayday Parker, who, for those of you who never read any type of Spider-Man comics, in an alternate universe, because this is part of the multiverse saga, Peter actually lost his leg and was basically forced to retire from being Spider-Man, and him and Mary Jane had a daughter who they named May Parker after his aunt, obviously, and she becomes Spider-Girl. I don't think Mayday has been in the Spider-Verse movies. If she has, she's just been in the background. What am I talking about? Peter B. Parker's daughter is Mayday. I'm tripping. It's been so long since I've seen Across the Spider-Verse. So yeah, that's one of the rumors. Some of the rumors is she's playing Black Cat, which I don't see. Another rumor I saw was that she was playing Silver Sable. Also, Jean Grey, Rachel Cole Alves, who is a ally to the Punisher. She's basically like the Lady Punisher. She kind of goes through the same type of situation where her family gets killed and she starts going after mobsters or something like that. And then Frank basically takes her under his wing, and I haven't seen her in a decade. So I think last time I saw her, she was in prison or something like that. But yeah, everybody is also saying maybe Firestar from the X-Men, but she was also in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which was a cartoon from the 70s, I want to say. I had a few of the cassettes back in the day when I was a kid. And the one thing I remember about one of the episodes was they made this aired from 81 to 83. They made a Superman reference. Talking about, I think he said he had to go cover a story about a strange visitor from Earth who's allergic to green rocks. Don't know how that stuck in my brain, but I guess we just gotta wait till next, May? To find out who she's playing. And hopefully it's not like a post-credit scene. Because as far as I recall, Tom Holland is not in Doomsday. But I hate the anticipation. All right, next story. I believe I told you guys last week that Paramount had decided to cancel. Yeah, it was last week that Paramount had decided to cancel Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles before season 2 airs next month. But Paramount is just continuously sucking because they made the announcement through the Hollywood Reporter that the live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin movie is no longer happening. So we all got excited about this because Ilya Naishuller, who directed Nobody, was in talks to direct the movie, but it is officially dead in the water. And also on that same note, we will be getting a live action reboot from Neil H. Moritz, who worked on Sonic, and I believe he also worked on the first Fast and the Furious film. But the plans is so it looks like he's been a part of the Fast and the Furious franchise since, let's check, NBC Universal, since Fast X, apparently. So, yeah, he's been a part of the Fast and Furious franchise since Jump Street. But yeah, he's worked with NBC, Universal, Sony, Paramount. Like I said, he's doing the Sonic stuff, Lionsgate, Walt Disney Studios, Warner Brothers, MGM, and various other ones. He worked on Afterburn as well as a producer. But yeah, the plan is to Sonicify the universe, and I don't know what they mean by Sonicify. So I don't know if that means like make them family friendly or what. But so it says multiple sources says Paramount wants to Sonicify the TMNT franchise. Sonic the Hedgehog is a 3-movie and counting hit franchise for Paramount that is based on the popular Sega video game. The movies are live action / hybrids and play very well to all ages. 4-quadrant crowd that have become a $1 billion plus franchise for the studio. So I guess that's what they mean by Sonicify. Just, they want it to be family friendly, but still, everybody likes them. And that's not necessarily a bad thing with Ninja Turtles because everyone loves Ninja Turtles. I don't think I've ever met a single individual on this planet who has said, you know what? I don't like them 4 mutant reptiles, okay? They're dumb. All they do is eat pizza and fight crime. They stink, and I don't like them. But yeah, never actually came across anybody like that in my entire life. Yeah, everybody likes Ninja Turtles. Everybody even has a favorite Ninja Turtle. I honestly don't have that's a lie. I lean more to Leonardo, but I like them all equally. But if there's a video game, I'm either going to play with Leonardo or Donatello, and it's not because of favoritism. It's because of the range of weapons. Like with Leo and Ralph, you obviously have to get up close. Donatello has a bow staff. Leonardo has swords. Those are a lot longer in size and nunchucks. So that's why. Okay, my next story is in regards to lanterns, which is a small blurb per se. Lanterns has been pushed back to the end of summer. Don't know why. They didn't give a reason. They just said that we're not releasing it. I believe they were going to release it before Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow originally, but now it's coming out at the end of summer of 2026. Why? Don't know. Don't know if they have to polish some stuff, if there's going to be some type of reshoots. But as far as I knew, this show was in the can. So I'm guessing maybe they just need a little bit more time to polish the CG. Other than that, I'm still kind of on the fence about it because why is Kyle Chandler playing Hal Jordan? And it's not that I have a problem with Kyle Chandler. I have a problem with Kyle Chandler's age. Kyle Chandler is 60 years old. Actually, Samir spoke to me about this today because he finally got around to watching Alien Earth. And Kyle Chandler's daughter, Sydney Chandler, is in that series. And he is like, why is this old man playing Hal Jordan? And the only logical explanation I could come up with is maybe this is like a way to retire the character of Hal Jordan. So that might be it. I don't know. I'm going to take my Dubby break a little bit earlier than usual. So here's the ad, and y'all know what to do.
This episode is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby gives you focus and energy without the crash and jitters. It has no sugar, fillers, or artificial dyes. Mix 1 packet or scoop into 8 or 12 ounces of water. Stir or shake well. Some powderiness is normal, and it has all the important vitamins. So this has vitamin C, B3, B6, and B12. And it's made from coffee fruit extract. So drink it and go conquer a task. And go to Dubby.gg and use my promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. That's Dubby.gg with promo code AngryBlerd10.
Y'all know what to do. All right, you shit eaters, I'm back. That's from The Running Man, by the way. If you haven't seen it, get ready for the review at the end of this episode. So, small bit of news once again. This is in regards to Invincible. So, if you guys haven't heard about this video game, it's called Dispatch. It's basically kind of like a choose your own adventure video game where you work as a guy who used to be a superhero who was like at he has a job at like a call center or something like that for superheroes. And Aaron Paul is in the game. So he was actually doing an interview with Kind of funny games, and they were asking him about his work on Dispatch and whatnot, and just voice work in general. And so somebody brought up Invincible, because if you recall, in season 3, he provided the voice of Powerplex, and he said that I'm good. So he will not be returning for season 4. Why do I feel like this is... Yeah, for season 4. So he said, that show, he's such a fan of the show, he loves it, but it was way too grueling on his psyche. It was a skin he didn't feel comfortable in. And when I tell you, the people in the comments cooked him on this post from discussing film, like, people were saying, bro, you played a meth head on Breaking Bad. And, he obviously grew since then. So here we go. These comments are hilarious. Literally shot up heroin and cooked meth in live action, but the cartoon superhero role was too much. Somebody style translate for you guys. They weren't paying me enough. Bro literally said too grueling for my psyche. Meanwhile, people act like voice acting isn't literally acting. Someone said, you played a fucking drug dealer for 5 seasons. Bro played in Black Mirror about his character's family getting off by his coworker in space, and he's talking about this cartoon character messing with his psyche. Bro played a meth addict whose love interest dies multiple times. They should have put an S after interest, because it was multiple love interests. Multiple times for 5 seasons. Man survived Walter White, but said Invincible was too much. That says everything. Have Powerplex stress him out? Imagine reading Omni-Man script. Motherfuckers want to return as a dispatcher over a supervillain. I'm dead. Honestly, I respect that not every role is meant to be revisited, especially when it takes a toll on your mental space. Aaron Paul gives 100%, so if he says it wasn't healthy for him, then stepping back is the best choice. His well-being, any character. So yeah, I mean, I guess Powerplex was the one bad he couldn't break. So I get it. I mean, Powerplex is a very complicated character. I think he only makes like one more appearance in the comics. But yeah, I mean, that guy went through a lot. His sister died. He accidentally killed his wife and kid. And I guess, as Aaron is, he's one of those characters. He's one of those actors. He doesn't, get fully enveloped in his character because he's not a method actor. But I can probably see that being a little bit traumatic for him. I mean, you would have to be one of those actors that is like completely detached from everything to not like feel some type of sympathy or empathy for that character. Yeah, even though like a majority of the stuff that happened to him was his fault and his wife was also enabling him, but at the end of the day, he did lose his wife and his fucking toddler of a son. And who the fuck is fucking with the police at fucking 12:27 in the morning? All right. Next story is simply this. This is in regards to the Gundam movie that Legendary is doing. So, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. It is rumored that Noah Centineo may be a part of the Gundam franchise, as well as Sydney Sweeney. So yeah, so it says, per the Hollywood Reporter, the Black Adam and future Street Fighter actor is in talks to join the project. Legendary is reportedly keeping mum on the potential casting for sensitivity reasons. And prior to Centineo attempted to lock in queer star Drew Starkey for this role. Sweeney said to be very much involved in choosing her co-lead, since they're trying to be on the opposite sides of a war between planets who find a connection. Vague a description that may be, it might have given the idea of what the Gundam movie may be about, but namely Sweeney and Centineo are playing characters from the 08th MS team. The original anime series for the franchise is set during the 1-year war that focuses on Alina Sahalin a pilot from the Principality of Zeon, and Shiro Amada, an ensign of the Earth Federation whose paths cross during a mutual rescue in space. Like how this live action film is described, Alina and Shiro are conflicted about their growing feelings for each other. Their growing feelings for one another as the war between the Federation and Zeon escalates. So yeah, never saw the original Gundam series, didn't even watch the 2000 series. The only Gundam series I ever watched from beginning to end is Legendary Defender. And honestly, if Noah Centineo is playing a character by the name of Shiro, that is a mistake. Can we just get like someone some Asian descent to actually play a character of Asian descent? I get it, Gundam's an anime. Almost everybody in there is of Asian descent, but this motherfucker's name is Shiro Amada. Noah Centineo is a white man. Can we please stop it? Alright guys, this is how you know I was tired. I'm in the middle of editing and I'm listening to myself talk about Gundam. And I know I'm talking about Gundam, but my brain is saying Voltron. So yeah, there's that. No more recording at midnight. It's like it's gonna be Ghost in the Shell all over again. So no, he can play one of the other Lion pilots. He doesn't have to be the lead, okay? I like Noah Centineo. He looks very awesome as Ken in Street Fighter. Andrew Schultz posted a few videos and stuff behind the scenes. He had like the super long hair. So he didn't have the Ken's original. I don't know what haircut it is. It's because it's a shortcut, but it's like ear length, I guess. I don't know, white people hair. But yeah, don't make Noah Centineo the lead. That's all I'm saying about that. Okay, so I got a few trailer reactions. It's just two things. Honestly, it is Tomb Raider season 2 will be dropping very soon, but apparently this is also the final season. So don't know why Netflix bothers to just like get these franchises just to do 2 seasons. It's just a dumb thing. But anyway, let's get this started. Legend of Lara Croft.
Caretakers. The world needs them, don't you think? What have I done?
What did you do?
This man's been following us since we got here, and I'd like to know why.
Treasure hunters, right?
What do you know about the loot?
Okay. She really punched a shark in the face. Does that really work?
I think I know where we have to go next. You said we. I did. You think you're the hero here? I will protect the ones deserving of protection.
This is the end for us. Will we fight together?
I know Jacob or any of her other friends.
She may be trying to reset the world.
Skies are falling.
For there to be life, there must also be death.
They could just burp out a flower?
We can do this together.
Okay.
This is all a dream.
Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara.
Teleportation in your pocket? My brain just exploded.
Okay, he's back. December 11th. So why is this the final season? That's what I want to know. Did they just feel like, 2 seasons was enough? Was it too expensive? They're like, yo, Haley Atwell costs too much money to get her to do this voice work. But I don't know, man. From what I saw in this trailer, it looks good. Sorry, I did not review the first season. I also took a little bit too long to watch it because it's Netflix. I'm never in a hurry to watch most stuff on Netflix. Like, Stranger Things is going to be the exception, not the rule. And same thing with Frankenstein. Actually, I was really interested in Frankenstein. Like, I like Tomb Raider, but I'm never in a rush for anything Tomb Raider related. Like, I bought the Square Enix reboot. And it took me a good like 5 months to beat, what's the last one? Rise of the Tomb Raider? Because it's Tomb Raider. I feel like it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I might be having those last two mixed up. But anyway, it took me a while to do that. But this trailer is for a movie called Night Patrol. It stars Justin Long, Dermot Maloney, RJ Cyler. Hey, shout out to RJ. Freddie Gibbs, YG, Flying Lotus, John Oswald, Nikki McCole, and CM Punk. Okay, so CM Punk is slowly starting to get into acting. Like, I don't think he's ever acted before, but I know he was just announced to be one of the voices in Zootopia. So let me actually go to his Wikipedia page real quick to see if he has much of a filmography outside of WWE stuff. Queens of the Ring, he played himself. WWE movie. Flintstones in WWE, something called Girl on the Third Floor. So, first movie, 2019. Something called Rabbit. I've been meaning to check this out since Laura Vandervoort's in it. Jacob's Wife. Night Patrol and Zootopia too. All right. Okay, Girl on the Third Floor is on Netflix. Okay, been meaning. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and check out. Where is that page? This trailer. And I like Justin Long. But Freddie Gibbs, YG. I don't know who Flying Lotus is. Is that a rapper or R&B artist? Let's look this up. He is a DJ, filmmaker, rapper, and producer. Yeah, never heard of him before. But apparently he's been in a lot of stuff. All right, enough lollygagging. Let's check out this trailer.
When I was a kid, all I wanted to do was be a cop. I just thought it was the coolest thing.
Oh, Flying Lotus is Justin Long's partner.
We're seen in a very negative light. Most of us are good, but there are a few bad apples.
Although that looks like Jermaine Fowler.
Face the other way.
I'll see him playing the cricket cop. Ooh. Oh, this is going to Shudder. So I probably won't be able to review this. RJ got.
What is this? They shot your sister. I think it was Night Patrol.
You guys are special.
I
want to be part of that.
Hellraiser.
When are you gonna let me in on the big secret around here?
You want in, Night Patrol? This is it.
What did you do to me?
They vampires.
Okay.
Tonight, let's go. We show him how Night Patrol hunts. We bleed colonial courts dry. I heard what they were. I still didn't believe.
So everybody in Night Patrol is vampires or zombies?
What's next?
This is Night Patrol. We need to be ready.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Yeah. Oh, hey. This is a sacred night.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to figure out a way to watch this.
We ain't gonna know it till we get some payback on that demon.
Is it demons? It could be lizard man.
What? Yo, Trip, you brought them silver bullets?
Hold up, blood. That's werewolves, man. You tripping?
Niggas. All right, so this looks like Training Day. If Hoyt actually, sided with Alonzo. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. I'm definitely gonna check this out. That was funny though. Are they vampires or they demons? And they might be lizard people. So yeah, I don't think it gave a release window. Let me see. what was that, January? January 16th. Okay, it's going to be in theaters. All right, cool. Now, here's the problem with movies that are done by Shudder. It's specific theaters. So that's the reason why I wasn't able to review Queens of the Damned, because they had, I don't know if it's a partnership deal, but they only released them in AMC theaters. And the closest AMC theater to me now, since the city of West Palm Beach decided to up the rent in downtown, is in Miami. And I ain't driving down there to go see a movie. Broward is an exception to the rule, because if it's an IMAX, then I will go, because we have an actual IMAX theater, like a true IMAX theater. Like there's only like 7 in like the US, and we actually have one in Broward. So I went down there and saw Back to the Future for the 40th anniversary. But yeah, that movie looks good. I'm gonna check it out. I might just start even posting my trailer reactions online as well. Try to make some more fucking content. Since people are like, you need to make more content, bro. You need to make more content. So my next story, as a matter of fact, let me talk about something that happened. So I told you guys I was going to Rangerstop last week. I went, and don't worry, I did not spend as much money as I did 2 years ago. I only spent under $300, and that's because I bought 2 items for myself, which are blurred right there on the table, and I bought a bunch of bobbleheads because one of my friends in my Power Ranger group, his birthday is coming up, and he is a fan of the Blue Ranger, and I couldn't pass up the deal to get a set of 5 for $35. But I'm going to show you guys what I bought. So, as you guys know, I have been collecting the 3-0 Power Ranger figures. I still need a Red Ranger with the Dragon Shield, but I was able to cop a putty because you need at least one villain. Although Toe Collectibles, they upped the price on this, and I wish I would have saw the price or had the sense to look up how much this would have been if I would have bought it somewhere else, because they raised the price to, what was it, $120 or something like that, when I could have gotten it on Big Bad Toy Store for $99. I believe I probably even could have got it on Sideshow for $99. But hey, live and learn, make mistakes. Now this one is hard to find, so this is the Matt Cook Green Ranger. So I know you guys are like, who the fuck is Matt Cook? So in the Boom comics, Matt Cook becomes the second Green Ranger after Tommy is the White Ranger. And he is Kimberly's ex-boyfriend before Tommy, because Matt broke up with her because he put 2 and 2 together. He figured out that, Kimberly, Jason, Trini, Zach, and Billy were the Power Rangers, and he just said, "Oh, Kim, just fess up to it." And she was like, "I can't." And he was like, "Okay, I'm done." And so there's a whole backstory about another woman by the name of Grace Sterling, who was a Power Ranger in 1966. It was her and a few other people. Zordon sent them to the moon to stop the Green Psycho Ranger from waking up. Only 2 of them made it back. So Grace made it back. I believe she was the Red Ranger, so she was the leader of the team. And the Pink Ranger was a French dude whose name I cannot remember at the moment. But anyway, Grace started her own science company by the name of Promethea, and she got Tommy's Green Ranger coin from Billy, who was working with her in secret and helped Matt become a Power Ranger. But yeah, so I had fun. I actually met Tawa, who is he's TikTok famous, social media famous, because he might be famous on Instagram too. Don't really know, because y'all know how I feel about doing shit for socials. Surprisingly tall. Old boy is 6'6". I did dress up Saturday because I did not go Friday. I wore my Red Ranger suit for a bit. Hung out with my friends Allie, Gabby. Allie and her son came, gave Kai my Red Ranger bobblehead because he also wore a Red Ranger suit. Gave my friend Vaughn the Black Ranger. Gave Tawa the Yellow Ranger. So Saturday was a good day. I didn't buy anything Saturday. I bought both of those on Sunday. And when the convention was over, I really didn't have much to do. So I was getting hungry because I drove there Saturday morning and I ate breakfast and that was it. So I'm like, what? Got there at what? 9 something? Was it 9? Let's say 10:20 or something like that. Because I got there maybe 20 minutes before breakfast was over. It might have been 9, honestly, because I do know check-in wasn't until 11. So I asked to check in early, met up with Ken, because we were originally going to go to IHOP. We were like, it's a buffet, might as well just go there, get all we can eat. Put on my suit, hit the con. Like I said, didn't eat since breakfast. So your boy started to get hungry. And I forgot a few things. I forgot deodorant, forgot my toothpaste, brought my toothbrush. So made a Walmart run, ran to Dollar Tree, got some things as well. And ordered a pizza. And made the fatal mistake of taking an edible on an empty stomach. Ken hit me up about going somewhere because they, like all cons, they do stuff afterwards. So there was they turned one of the rooms into a club, went over there for a bit. At that point, I already ate half the pizza. And keep in mind, this is all for me getting the pizza to Ken hit me up. It's all in the span of 20 minutes or so. So ate half the pizza, went to the ballroom. It was pretty much dead in there. I went back to my room, ate the rest of the pizza. Forgot to tell y'all the best part. I really gotta stop this. And to whoever my future girlfriend is, please don't listen to these episodes. And if you do, fast forward because your boy was wild and I met this Puerto Rican chick who was staying at the same hotel as me. She was not there for the convention, but she happened to just go that Saturday. She said she went there for the convention, but I'm like, okay. And yeah, we had some fun. That was before I ate the pizza and everything. And later on that day, I met somebody else and proceeded to have some more fun. If you catch my drift, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Really wish I had a threesome though, but unfortunately, that was not in the cards for me. But yeah, I ate a whole pizza. And Ravon actually called me. And I guess I was out of it by then. But yeah, him and Tawa and a few other people were downstairs drinking. And some of the Rangers came down and had drinks with them and everything. And once again, I miss out by not being near my phone. So yeah. Talked to Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky, for a bit. I was like, yo, man, when you coming back to West Palm to kick with us, because I'm not saying where, but he does live in South Florida now. And he was like, where were you Friday? Because I was down doing karaoke and everything, but I was like, bro, I had to work. I was not gonna make it. But yeah, all in all, I had fun. Like I said, I'm so glad I didn't spend $2,700 because I might be selling some of the stuff that I bought 2 years ago at Rangerstop. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. But anyway, my next story is simply this. So I don't know if you guys recall, but when Star Wars Ahsoka came out, Samir loved it because Samir watched Star Wars Rebels. I didn't. I got my Cliff Notes versions from YouTube, a couple podcasts I listened to and whatnot, and they were talking about Sabine Wren. And I said it was dumb to make Sabine a Jedi, okay? Because she went. I just said from what I heard, it was kind of character assassination. This girl had shown no signs of being a Jedi whatsoever. She was doing her own thing, but yet they decided to make her a Jedi. So, writer and executive producer Henry Gilroy says Sabine's Ahsoka arc was something considered and dismissed during Rebels. So he said it was absolutely not the plan. We really felt that not only did it step on Ezra's story, but it was a weak retread. We already did this where he was on a Star Wars podcast, which is from the Rebels cast called Pod of Rebellion. It's a rewatch podcast. And he said the idea of Sabine training as a Jedi when she was already this fantastic warrior of her own type, we felt this was overkill. So Sabine basically went on a parallel journey as Ezra, who was becoming a Jedi, as she was has to wrestle with the mantle of the Darksaber, which is, the lightsaber that the Mandalorians used to establish who would be the leader of the Mandalorians and who would rule Mandalore, or something that what is Kurosaw's character's name on Star Wars? I had it and I lost it. Let me look this up, bro. Bo-Katan. Yeah. So Bo-Katan won the black lightsaber, and but yeah, it's still a dumb decision that they were like, okay, we're gonna make Sabine have force powers. And shout out to Jomi Adeniran from the Ringerverse. He, who is a diehard Rebels fan, crashed out over this on the podcast. I might splice the clip here if I can go back and find that. But
so let's talk about the biggest quarter flip. Maybe even a bigger quarter flip than what quarter flip. We might need to change the name. It might become Force Push now.
Oh, this is the biggest quarter flip in Midnight Boys history. If we're gonna,
I don't think there's any denying it. I really don't. I don't think. This is the most gigantic quarter flip. I want the audience right now. I want the audience right now to think of and put together their own lists.
Well, before we continue, Van, can you describe to maybe some of our newer listeners who have been around where quarter flipping comes from, what we mean when we say quarter flip?
Okay, so in the Hawkeye series, Kate Bishop was with Clint Barton. And Clint Barton, who is Hawkeye, who never misses, he took a quarter and he flipped the quarter to turn on a television set. He flicked it and turned on a television set with it. Kate Bishop tries it a couple of times and then she does it. My only fucking problem with that was that, to me, just having her flick the quarter after trying it a couple of times and have it turn on the television is story malpractice. You gotta show her practicing, and then at the end she knows how to do it.
It was a montage, but keep going.
It was a montage, but still though, she learned it in that same night. We're not.
We cannot relitigate this.
It makes no sense, right? And so whenever a character exhibits a skill that it seems like they didn't earn, or that they just wrote in there for plot purposes, that's called quarter flipping. It's a quarter flip. How did they do it? How could they do that? You're quarter flipping. You're flipping your motherfucking ass off. And I'm sorry. For someone who couldn't do anything, she picked up her lightsaber. Fine. I'm cool with it. I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah. She was like,
bro,
that's a feat where it's like,
I get
it. I can let that slide. I was like, whatever. The push, though, here's the thing. She did not know how to use the Force a couple days ago. She exhibited absolutely fucking nothing.
She took a call from Ahsoka. She was just like, huh?
Yo, she didn't know how to use the Force a couple of scenes ago. When they're in that goddamn fight, like they're blocking blaster bolts with their lightsabers, and she can't do it. Ahsoka says, "Bring out your blasters." Ahsoka says blasters because she's getting she can't use the Force.
I feel like she didn't. Maybe not that scene, but later she does when they're walking up the steps.
So look, she always knows. By the way, blocking your fucking shit with a blaster bolt is one thing, but it's also pretty fucking hard to put your goddamn hand up and block it with your Beskar. That's pretty hard as well, right?
Yeah.
But like, so what I'm saying is to go from that to a really advanced force move, which is hurling a person, pushing a person all the way up to a thing. I don't
It's gotta
know,
be like
man.
10 stories, by the
Ezra-
way.
Ezra should be
Let's
paid. He should be
let's
paid
put
right
it in context. That is one of the most probably advanced force techniques that we've really seen in live action. You have to think about it.
Well, no, Leia in Last Jedi was pretty advanced.
What I'm saying is from someone who did not know how to use something, like even Luke does not do that shit. You know what I mean? Like Rey in the fucking Force Awakens. She's not fucking pushing people.
She was doing crazy shit though.
She was.
She was doing nuts shit.
An entire body.
She was
across
resisting
the air.
She was resisting a really well-trained Jedi's fucking
Force
mind
dyad.
control.
But she's also whoa. She's also a Palpatine.
Oh, she's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Sabine is.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I don't even know her midichlorian count. I'm not trying to say.
Her midichlorian count is 0, Charles. It's fucking 0.
No,
dog. Q Yang was like, bruh, if they brought you to the Jedi Temple, we would send you home. You don't have the talent. You don't have the skill. You don't have the innate capacity to be a Jedi. And yet here we are in episode 8, and she's throwing people across the world with force. So look,
also,
Charles, y'all should. We should. This is another vote for having video because you guys seeing Jomi lose it with the Ahsoka.
He is so pressed.
Mouse ears on right now.
I
was
mean,
fucking hysterical.
This frankly like breaks canon for me. Like I can't take Star Wars seriously after this. Like I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. This is ridiculous. Right? We spent how many 30, 40 fucking years with Star Wars, right? And it's like, hey, some people have the Force, some people, everybody, the Force is in all living things. Some people have like real access to it. Most people don't. It's fine. It's cool. Let's cook. What we just saw right there, anybody can use the fucking Force if they want. Fucking Mando season 4, have fucking Din start, practicing with sabers and fucking pulling shit. You know what I mean? Like every single character, Han Solo, bring back Solo.
He probably is Force sensitive though.
But I mean, the thing was, and maybe this is me riding the show a little bit. I'm thinking,
nah, fuck that shit. We out of here now, nigga. Nigga, we all know what. Fuck that shit.
Strike is over. Writer rooms are open.
Yeah, about to say the strike over. We fuck that shit. Fuck all of that shit. That shit is done. Now I hope y'all enjoyed that little trope for the last 4 or 5 weeks because that bitch is getting put in the pocket now, nigga. Fuck that.
I'm watching it. Like Sabine is such an awesome character on her own as a Mandalorian. She's such a badass. She doesn't need to be a Force user at all. Like
it doesn't do anything for her character.
She can understand that she doesn't need to use the Force.
Especially if we were going to find Ezra again. Especially if we were going to get 3 episodes of Ezra. Sabine's journey to see Ezra is way more interesting, way more grounding, and way more relevant to her character than her journey to use the Force. By the time it happened, it was stupid.
Can I ask y'all this really quick though? Because I don't want to skip over it. Does that moment also undermine everything that they were telling us about Ezra? Because Ezra's been stuck on this planet for 10 years. And when we meet him, they're basically being like, he's like, I don't need a lightsaber. Like, the Force is my ally.
Until the next episode when you do need one.
And then the next episode, it's Sabine, who quite literally had no connection to the Force, could barely use it. She's convincing Ezra in that moment, hey, trust the Force. You got, I got this. Wouldn't Ezra know? Like, why is Ezra doubting the Force when in the previous episode he was just like, dog, the Force is so dope. I literally can dispatch all these people.
Well, let me tell you why.
Without a lightsaber.
Because Ezra wasn't in the writer's room. because he realized that there was no fucking reason that she should have been able to push him across the thing. So Ezra, so she's going, I'll push you. Ezra's like, what? You on crack? Like,
in the beginning of the episode, Ahsoka, when like the fucking their ship is falling, Ahsoka don't even bother asking Sabine for help. She's like, yo, Ezra, I need some help. Like that was the level of in the episode. Even Ahsoka is just like, dog. And then a couple minutes later, she's like, Sabine, we need help with this door. I'm like, if she can't lift the fucking ship, then how is she going to help with the door?
I genuinely laughed my ass off when, like, this is like sort of tangential to that, but when they were getting attacked by those TIE fighters and she just flies the ship into them and then crashes, and then everybody acts like it's just fine.
The hold up maneuver minus 1,000. Just
but
completely.
It was just like, she just shrugs her, like, yep, whatever. All right, move on.
Samira was caping for this, but Samira's always like caping for everything. Women empowerment, and it's not women empowerment because Sabine was already doing her own thing. They didn't need to make her a Jedi. That's all I'm saying. But writer on the show says the same thing. But whatever. Okay, small story. It's just images at this point. We got a first look at Legend of Zelda, the live action film, who I can't remember who's playing in the movie. I just remember everybody's like, oh, we should get Hunter Schafer to play Zelda, whatever. But we got our first looks. It's just Link and Zelda in fields of grass and greenery. The elf ears look on point. The dude who's playing Link, whose name I can't remember, he looks like he's like ripped straight out of Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, and Zelda's being played by Bo Braxton. He looks like he's ripped straight out of Breath of the Wild. I don't know if he's wearing contacts. Might be wearing contacts. I feel like they both are wearing contacts, but if he isn't, he literally looks like a fucking like carbon like copy of Link. So Nintendo posted this on Twitter, said this is Miyamoto, filming is underway for the live action film of The Legend of Zelda in a lush natural setting with Bo Braxton's son, who will play Zelda, and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth's son, who will play Link. Filming is on track for the film's release on May 7th, 2027. It will take a while until the release, so we will be grateful if you wait patiently and look forward to it. So yeah, like I said, damn it, I dropped the flash drive, sorry. It looks good from the 3 images I saw. Like, I'm obviously going to have to wait to see more, but I'm not complaining. Like I said, Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, he looks like he could literally be a freaking elf. All right. This is a small story. It's not really even a story. So James Gunn was talking to Bleeding Cool, and he wasn't talking to Bleeding Cool. He actually said this on Threads. I might just have to get on Threads despite my not wanting to. He said there is no project under the title of DC Crime. So I don't know where Deadline got that from. That is BS. There is a Jimmy Olsen Daily Planet show, but it's not called DC Crime. So yeah, just clarified that. But this next story is about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's not a reboot, continuation series. Let's call it that. Chloe Zhao said that, you can never replace these characters. It's not a reboot, it's a sequel. You can never replace these characters. I would never allow that. And Sarah's black. Sarah is not black. Sarah is back. I love my cast. The new cast will bring back OG characters for sure. And it is a show that bridges 2 generations. It's not just about the kids. I think the fandom is so important to us. We want the fandom to see themselves mirrored in the original fandom. And of course, we want new fans to join. And it's very much about both generations. She said, I watched it religiously. I was at Mount Holyoke. We would all gather, I think it was every Thursday or Tuesday, and we would watch because you only get 1 episode and you're waiting a week. It's such a ritual. I remember the last episode finishing it, and we sat there, and everyone was crying. We were all holding hands. I remember looking at the screen, tears streaming down my eyes, and I said, "Good luck to you, Buffy Summers." Seeing Sarah in real life was probably one of the most stressful moments of my life. So, she is a diehard Buffy fan. Believe, as I told you guys before, when the announcement came out that I never watched Buffy on a regular basis, didn't even watch it in real time. When it moved to UPN, I might have saw an episode here or there, but when it originally aired on the WB, did not watch it. I remember seeing the theme song, and that was about it. Dun, 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 dun. And then the beat would kick up. So I'm watching it now on Hulu, and that's mainly because one of the podcasts I listen to, they're doing a Buffy rewatch. So they're doing basically about a season a month or so. I guess they're going to release them in anticipation for the new series, which is supposed to be starting next year. They just did a 2-part rewatch for season 2 because season 1 was only 13 episodes. It was a mid-season replacement to see, to test the waters before they gave it a full, 22 season order, whatever it was. So I actually just finished season 1 myself, and I actually need to start season 2 soon. I actually might have to get my own Disney Plus account because as much as I love Jared, I hate having to get reauthorization every single week or mirroring it to my phone. I mean, from my phone to my TV. Because then when the phone goes to sleep, you got to reconnect the mirroring. And it's just a whole dumb thing. Because, they don't want people sharing passwords. Fucking greedy sacks of shit. Alright. Spoiler alert time. I am going to talk about episode 8 of season 4 Stranger Things. Episode 4 of It Welcome to Derry. And ending things off with the Running Man. So, if you haven't watched any of those, I suggest you stop listening to the podcast now, or stop listening to the podcast whenever you get to something you didn't watch. So if you watched Stranger Things 3 years ago, as I hope you did, just listen to my revisit of that. And if you watched episode 4 of It Welcome to Derry, please listen to the revisit of that. Anyway, let's get to it. Episode 8, Papa, written and directed by the Duffer Brothers. So, picking up right where we left off, where Nancy was taken by Vecna. Vecna decides to show Nancy an apocalyptic vision of Hawkins after he takes it over by the Upside Down. So the group figured out that Vecna needs 4 gates. He needs to open 4 gates to enact his plan, and that means he needs to kill 4 people. So he's already killed 3. He killed Chrissy. He killed the black boy whose name I cannot remember. Patrick. And I want to say Jason. Fred, not Jason. Jason is Chrissy's boyfriend. So they come up with a plan to attack Vecna in the Upside Down while using Chrissy as bait. 11 basically dies after the reflection on what happened when she was younger, when she killed Henry / Vecna and sent them into the Upside Down. Her powers are somewhat back. Owens is like, the decision is yours. We can go now. But Brenner's like, no, you still need to stay here and train some more. Brenner decides to lock Owens up and hold 11 hostage because Brenner just don't want to let her go. So he actually drugged her and put an inhibitor collar on her. Sullivan, who we haven't seen much of, but that's the black guy who's been trying to find 11 and kill her, shows up to the Nina Project and pretty much kills all the soldiers, leaves Owens there. He's like, look, I can put 11 in a medically induced coma, and if these killings still happen, then we can kill her peacefully. But if she's not responsible for this, she is our best bet to I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting, guys, to stop this. And he's like, nah, kill her. But 11 takes out the helicopter that basically kills Brenner. And Will, Mike, Argyle, and Jonathan all show up and get 11 out of there. Meanwhile, back in Russia, Joyce, Hopper, Yuri, is it Dmitri? Anatov, and Murray all escape the base, while they also figure out that there's more creatures from the Upside Down in the base, including a fragment of the Mind Flayer. So they're trying to figure out a way to get back home to America, and Yuri shows them a helicopter that is in much need of repairs or completion of being built, that he's never flown before. What else happened? Our Hawkins crew of, well, at this point it's Nancy, Robin, and Steve all go to a gun store to get some weapons to take out Vecna, where they come across Jason. Oh, and Erica's in there as well, but Erica has to, go in the cover because, Jason basically radicalized the entire town to, go after everyone who knows Eddie. So, and she's on that list. And Steve is low-key still, not even low-key, Steve's just thirsty for Nancy still after all these years, where he's, talking about, taking a Winnebago and, having 5 or 6 kids, and during the summer drive across town. Drive across the country, and obviously Robin saw her girlfriend, her crush, with her college boyfriend, and got a little choked up about that. But Steve's like, you know what, man, that's her lost score. I like Steve in this season. But yeah, next episode is the season 4 finale, which is 2 hours long. I believe it might be 2.5 if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember that right off the top of my head, so I'll be reviewing that one next week. I will not be reviewing Stranger Things next week as a premiere. I might do a standalone episode for that because it's 3 parts, and I kind of want to give this final season the just do it deserves, as opposed to 5 minutes here or 10 minutes, something like that. So that is going to be a separate episode from episode 265. All right. So now I am going to talk about episode 4 of It Welcome to Derry, which is titled The Great Swirling Apparatus of Our Planet's Function. So this is directed by Andrew Bernstein and written by Helen Shang. So this episode was good. It did a lot of retooling from the cardinal mistakes of Andy Muschietti's treatment of the trial of Chud in It Chapter 2. So let's start. Our kids of Lily, Ronnie, Will, and Richie all take the photos that they developed to Sheriff Captain Byers. But when he looks at them, he doesn't see the ghost that they took a picture of. He doesn't see the clown. He sees statues with bird shit on it and whatnot. Lily basically crashes out, and he's like, "Yo, you keep on with that talk, and you're gonna end up back in Juniper Hill." So Lily actually turns to Ingrid, who is actually one of the adults who was actually nice to her at Juniper Hill, but she says the same thing. I don't see anything like that. Leroy and Will go fishing, where Will actually tells his dad that he will die in flames. And Leroy rescues him, and he sees, burns on Will, who warns him about something evil in Derry. So Will, Lily, Richie, and Ronnie all come up with the theory of why Pennywise hasn't killed them. And they're saying that, he wants them to be super fearful before he devours them. And Charlotte, Will's mom, visits Ronnie's father, Hank, to help him with his case. And she's like, I can't help you unless I have all the details, because there was a witness who said they saw you in town, but they didn't see you at the theater. But Hank pretty much folds like at the last minute because he wants to get out of there first, because he didn't kill the kids, obviously. And he confesses to Charlotte that, he is doing the thing that would piss off Dr. Umar, finagling around with a married white woman. But meanwhile, back at the school, Marge, who was supposed to be Lily's friend, is just screwing with Lily with, the other kids. And gets ready to play a prank on her, but she has a vision which makes her eyes pop out of her socket. So, like, literally, I get it. It's a TV show. You're doing 8 episodes, so you kind of gotta cut corners. But the CG on Marge's eyes, it looked horrible. Like they popped out, and it was just a little janky. But Marge is freaking out over this, and surprisingly, the hallway was empty, so nobody sees any of this happening but Lily. Lily goes and cuts one of her eyes out. Marge goes and cuts one of her eyes out before, Lily stops her from cutting the other one out, and everybody sees her. So now she looks like, she attacked Marge, which Marge clears up that, she didn't. And one night Will can't sleep, so he tools around with a telescope and he sees Pennywise like looking at him from behind the bushes. And his father wakes up, his mom wakes up, and Will tells his dad that, somebody was looking at him through the window. Leroy goes outside and he sees the red balloon that Pennywise, leaves, to let you know that you were marked, which he saw earlier when they went fishing. Leroy confronts whatchamacallit, what the hell is James Remar's character's name, because I keep forgetting it. Shaw, about what the hell they're looking for, but pretty much gives Leroy the workaround version. He's not saying, we're going to find a killer clown that, can increase the fear in people, but he takes Leroy to an interrogation that Halloran is having with Rose's nephew, Daniel, and they figure out the origin of how Pennywise got here. And, how the natives imprisoned it in the first place. And so Tangle shows Halloran that Pennywise is at the Nebolt house. So, very good episode. Like I said, my main issue was the CG on Marge's eyes, but I like the flashback sequence of the tribe and how, they did the original Trial of Chud, which apparently was one of the things that a lot of people had an issue with in the 2017 It Chapter 2. 2017 or 2019? I feel like it might have been 2017. So yeah, getting glimpses of Pennywise here and there. 2019 was Chapter 2. 2017 was Chapter 1. So yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying the series. Nebolt Street is the next episode, and it looks like that one, according to the previews, it's where we will actually get our full look at Bill Skarsgård returning as Pennywise, as opposed to the glimpses here and there. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and talk about The Running Man. This is directed by Edgar Wright, with a screenplay by Edgar Wright and Michael McCall. Stars Glenn Powell, Lee Pace, Michael Cera, Jamie Lawson, Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin. Double checking to see who else was in this movie that I might have missed. William H. Macy, Amelia Jones, Daniel Ezra, Sean Hayes. Forgot Sean Hayes was in it. My girl Katie O'Brien as well. So Glenn Powell stars as Ben Richards, who is a man desperate out of work after being blacklisted, who is a father who is running out of time to cure his young daughter of the flu. So to get his wife and daughter out of poverty, Ben decides to audition for the dystopia media network that rules Co-op City and the larger world. Ben's anger and fiery passion catches the eye of producer Dan Killian, who selects him to participate in The Running Man, which is a deadly game where runners try to evade assassins. If they survive for 30 days, the winner gets $1 billion, but no runner has ever made it the full 30 days. Ben promises Killian that when he returns, he will kill him. Ben is joined by two other runners, Jenny and Tim, and they are given a 12-hour head start before the killers chase them. Ben learns that Killian, along with his headhunter, Evan McComb, will go to any lengths to manipulate the players in the audience in order to provide the most entertaining show. And through Ben's gallant determination, he becomes a symbol for the poor and disenfranchised to stand up to their game show oppressors. And as the game nears its end, where Ben's on a plane, Killian tells Ben that due to what he did in one of the cities where, a couple hunters got killed, they retaliated, tracked down his family, and killed them. And so Ben, finding this out, realizes he has nothing left to live for. Killian decides to try to blackmail him into becoming the new hunter, but in order for him to become the new hunter, he has to kill the old hunters. So Ben kills the airplane crew, Evan, and fakes his own death. But due to the fact that everyone thinks he's dead, he becomes a martyr, and in the process, everyone starts to boycott the Running Man. And when Coleman Domingo's character, who is the host of the Running Man, who is named Bobby Thompson, aka Bobby T, quits the show, Killian is forced to become the host, and the crowd loses their shit. And out of the chaos, Ben comes and puts a bullet in Killian's head. So yeah, all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Two of the podcasts I listened to did not like this movie. They had an issue with Glenn Powell playing Ben Richards because of the demeanor of Glenn Powell. He is a effervescent, happy individual, and he felt like he could not play an angry character. I got nothing but rage from this man. Once again, this is based off of a Stephen King property. Stephen King wrote this under the pen name of Richard Bachman. And I don't know if in the novel that Derry is in the book, but it is indeed. Oh, it is actually. I just looked it up. So yeah, it is. Derry is in the movie, and Michael Cera's character lives in Derry, and there's a whole backstory about his father being killed by his former co-workers who became corrupt cops for the network. And I liked this stuff with Daniel Ezra. I was like, why does that dude look familiar? And I just looked up. He was a dude from All American, which I did not watch. He has he puts together that, the Running Man is a ploy, and the whole plan is they pick 3 people who are all general stereotypes. So you got the careless guy who doesn't even make it 24 hours. You have the individual who just the party goer, and you got the angry guy. And you find out that Lee Pace's character is actually he took the deal that Killian gave him, so he was the longest running contestant before he took the deal. And I like the manipulation of everything that Ben was saying. So like Ben, because the thing is you have to record a video confession basically like every 24 hours and put it in a Dropbox, or you will automatically be eliminated, but you will still be hunted. You just won't be eligible to get the money. So Ben was talking about all the BS that the network was doing, and they deep faked his attempt to expose the propaganda. And Bradley, who was the guy helping him, who told him, about everything that the network does by picking the same 3 archetypes of people. His mom kicked him out, and bro, this movie was good. I really hope like more people see it because it is not making money. It is I know I do this a lot, but this movie was a 10 out of 10. Like, y'all know I don't pay to go see movies that I don't find any interest in. But you have to be a very bad movie for me to like give you less than a 7. Like, Afterburn, I was very excited for that movie, but when I watched it, I was like, yeah, this ain't it, bro. So that movie got like a 5 from me, if I recall correctly, but 10 out of 10 for me. No notes that I can think of at the moment. Looking back on it in retrospect, yeah, I don't think I have any notes for The Running Man. Because I don't have anything to compare it to. I still haven't watched the original with Arnold. Never read the book. But yeah, I ain't got no more talking for you guys tonight. So that was another episode of the Angry Blerd podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go to w.gg, use my promo code AngryBlerd10 at checkout to save 10% on your order. You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I am going to try to record those Stranger Things special episodes before I record episode 265. So then that way the Stranger Things stuff will be 266, and then I'll come after 267 with the review of the next episode of It Welcome to Derry, which will be episode 5. But next week, I will be reviewing It Welcome to Derry, episode 5, the season finale of season 4 of Stranger Things. And I might be reviewing Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I don't know yet. But anyway, I'm done for the night, guys. It is officially 1:16 a.m. on Sunday, November 23rd. I almost said June. Wish it was June. Yeah, so y'all will be getting this the same day I recorded it, just, 15 hours later. Bye.